G'day everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make butter. Here I have some fresh cream, ideal for whipping, and some shelf-stable cream, also ideal for whipping. Both methods are the same, that's why I'm doing them together. Now, in my grandmother's time, she would take her little bucket and go and milk her cow and bring the bucket back to the kitchen, and she would stand the bucket for a while so that all the fats would rise to the top. Then she would skin the head off the top of the milk, so she'd take the head off the milk, which would be cream, and she'd turn half that cream into butter and leave the other half as cream. This process was done every day, every morning. Now they used to have a thing that was called a butter churn, and they looked a little bit like this. So we're going to turn this normal cream into whipped cream, and if you keep whipping, it will start to form tiny little beads, which is the fat separating. It's congealing together to form the butter, but it's separating at the same time from what's called the buttermilk into the butter. You get to a stage where you've got nice little beads, but it's very hard to shake. And I'll show you what I do there. Now, making butter is not about how fast you can shake it, it's not about how hard you can do it and how fast you can do it. So you don't have to shake the cream like crazy, which I'll show you and you'll see. So, for your cream, I've got 2 containers with very tight fitting lids. You want to make sure that you've got lids that will not come off and that will not leak when you start shaking. You can do this with a food processor, you can do this with a mixer, but if you don't have any power or there's an SHTF situation, you want to know and learn how to do it by hand, and this is what I'm showing you today. So I'll go ahead and pour some cream in one container. This one, because this is settled a bit, I'm just going to shake it up. This is in Tasmania, it's called Devondale's thickened cream. Now I know that it's not the same as the one that Bear has, so it'll be interesting to see if Bear does this, whether it will turn out the same as the, I'm not sure whether the American's cream is like a percent fat-free cream or half and half or whatever you call them over there. Now this cream, when you're making butter, you can't use your half and half cream, and you can't use your light cream and your diet cream because you need the fats, so you need to use full fat cream. So now we've got our cream in our jars, all we do is shake. I'm only going to do one at a time, but it's not about how fast you shake. Okay, now I had to change containers because my little green one, the one with the little green lid, just wasn't doing it right. So this is shelf stable and this is your fresh. Now my fresh one is now into whipping cream. Let's see if we can show you that. So that's now really whipped cream. Right. Now this one, because your shelf stable is already thickened and ready for whipping, it has skipped the step of the fresh one and has started to bead. Show you on the lid. You see the separation? This is about halfway to butter. I'll show you in the container. Not sure whether you can see, but you're starting to get a bit of separation in there. Now, we'll keep shaking and we'll get back to you when we've got a bit further. At this stage, you don't need to keep shaking like this, is all you do. And I rotate, so the lid's upside down, give it a shake. Turn it up the right way, give it a shake. And by doing that forceful shake, you're pushing all the fat and the liquid against one side and getting it to separate. You're forcing the separation. And when this one is quite hard, when it comes to thickened cream, grab a towel and just bang your container on a hard surface, and the cream will fall from one side to the other, and you're doing the same process. You're forcing the fat to join together. So I'll keep going and get back to you. Okay, this has had probably another minute maybe of whipping, and we're at the same stage as the shelf stable one. The back there's a little bit of separation. So to get it to this stage, I've whipped, or I've shaken, both containers probably for about 4 or 5 minutes. So it's not a quick process, but I'm used to doing it, so it doesn't take me all that long. It is a workout, but you can get your kids to make it. You can sit down while you're watching your movie and shake your container of cream and turn it into butter ready for breakfast the next day. Keep shaking. Okie dokie. Let's have a little look-see. Oh. So this is our fresh one, our fresh whipping cream. As you can see, we've got butter. It's turned yellow. You've had your separation, which is your buttermilk. Pretty cool, huh? Let's have a look at our other one. That's a shelf-stable one. We've got our separation. It looks a little bit paler than the fresh one, but it's still butter. So this is just about ready. I reckon another 30 seconds of shaking and this will be ready. So shelf-stable one. Ready for straining now. Let's have a look at our other one. And here's our fresh one. So now I'm going to strain the buttermilk away from the butter. Now some people wash their milk. I may need to use two hands here. Some people wash their butter rather, not their milk. I don't, because I think it washes away a lot of the flavour of the butter. But personal preference, up to you. If you're in an SHTF situation, you may not have the water to wash your butter. So it's not compulsory, you don't have to. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit and let the buttermilk drain out of the butter. Look at that. Yum, yum. Okay, so that's been draining for about 5 minutes. I'm just going to turn it out onto a piece of cling film to drain. So this one that's going in here is the shelf-stable one now, which seems to be more of a softer butter. So we'll let that one strain. Oh, yum yum. So it's on a piece of cling film, and if I can pick it up. Now you can do this with two bits of wood, 2 bits of plastic. If you don't have anything like that, in Australia we call them butter paddles. All I'm doing is bringing the butter together and shaping it. Doesn't matter what shape, as long as it's a shape. You can just stick it in a plastic container and put it in the fridge if you like. Roll it backwards and forwards and you'll end up with a log. Let's stick it in the fridge. This still has a bit of buttermilk in it, but that won't matter. Stick it in the fridge. And use it like butter. Here's one that I made a couple of days ago, what's left. It's set, when you put it in the fridge, it sets hard. So if you're going to put it on sandwiches and you've got nice fresh bread, you might want to take it out of the fridge probably about half an hour before you make your sandwiches. But you can keep it in the cupboard, but I don't think it will be as shelf stable as if it was in the fridge. Mine is always kept in the fridge. And when I want to use it, I take it out 20 minutes or so, half an hour before I want to use it. So we'll come back when the shelf stable one has finished draining. So here's the shelf stable one. It's finished draining. And we're going to do the same as the other one. This one seems to be a little bit more softer. You just want to roll it up. Into a log, stretch out your cling film, grab each end and just roll it along your table. And it will make a log. There's your shelf stable butter. That is so soft and so beautiful. Now, of course, if you're in a situation where you had no power, so you had no fridge to keep your butter cold, only make enough that will last you for the day or for 2 days, because it should be okay and it should be fine for 2 days. Now, the buttermilk that's left over, don't throw it away, because you can use it in cookies, pancakes, turn it into a milkshake. You can use it in cakes, in bread. You can use it wherever you use milk. You can put it in your porridge and make buttermilk porridge, which is actually quite yummy. Buttermilk porridge. So don't throw your buttermilk away, and it will store in the fridge for 4 or 5 days if you don't need to use it that day. Or you can put it in a container, put it in your freezer and use it at a later date. So there's your buttermilk. There's your shelf stable butter, made from shelf stable cream, and there's your fresh. You can see that one is lighter than the other. but that's going to be some good butter. Thanks for watching. Have fun making it. Happy prepping.